Hi, guys. I'm coming to you celebrating that great national win by the women's basketball team at none other than UConn. Go Huskies. This, I realize, is a tennis ball, by the way. I don't think we're going to have the national win, but go Huskies. Anyway, I am coming to you today to share something really hard for me to share. It's taken me way outside my comfort zone, as if I haven't already been ripped to the shreds doing these videos outside of my comfort zone. Um, it's been a really big journey for me putting out my content like this and just getting used to doing it. And I know it's not pretty, and I know it's not with words on the bottom. I can't figure it out. I know I need to do carousels of before and afters. I'm working on it. But I don't want the fact that I don't know how to do it to keep me from starting. And so that's what I'm doing. Anyway, stick with me. I promise it'll only get better. I will figure this out. I have done harder things than this. Anyhow, today I had the most profound moment of realization. And so I like had this moment. I'm going to explain it in a minute. And so I get to where I'm going and I park and I'm like, okay, I'm going to be one of those girlies who does a whole video on this, a whole video on her phone in her car. I am going to be that girly. And I did. I did this amazing video. It was impassioned. It was vulnerable. It was all the things. And it was raw because it was fresh. And I did it with my AirPods. I even tested that my AirPods were working. There was no sound. None. Nada. And the sound was running through my car. And even though I tested it, something changed after I tested it and it didn't work. So I'm going to re-record it now. It's going to be slightly less fresh because it's been several hours, but not any less important. Okay, I've wasted enough time of yours telling you my story. Okay, look what I just did. Whatever. Okay, so those of you who know me know my mom is, I think, a 15-year survivor of stage 4 bladder cancer. It was big time. Like, it was in her nodes. She had her bladder removed. All of this, like, when Caroline was 4. So I guess we're getting closer to 16 years. And it's reoccurred a few times throughout the years because, again, it's in her nodes, it's traveling. But she has been so fortunate that she has amazing doctors. They're all out of the James, the OSU, Ohio State University Medical Center, their cancer center called the James. Dr. Mortazavi, if you have urologic cancer, he's your man. Amazing. I can't say enough good things, but this video is not about him, nor is it about my mom's cancer. It's about why I was in the car with my mom and what happened. So we were driving to Columbus because every so many months she has to go get scans. And then the week later, we go and have the appointment with her doctor. So today was a scan day. So off we go. And we're in the car and she's asking me about my business, right? And I can tell I know my mom, she's a great woman. If you know her, you know, she's like salt of the earth, huge heart, all the things. Wouldn't hurt a fly, truly. Hasn't had an easy life, and that's a story for another day. But we are in the car and she's asking about my business. And I know she's like, she got a lot of anxiety. We're getting ready to get these scans done. And so I'm telling her about it, right? And I'm telling her, like, you know, this is what you have to do to get followers. And then, you know, you put out some sort of, you know, product that is free that's going to have a lot of impact. And then if people are still interested in working with you, you create ways that can happen that fit any budget level. And so I'm giving her all of this. And she's like, well, how do you make money? And I said, well, you know, once I get everything going, I'm going to create different tiered levels where we go really deep to, you get what you need to be successful. But if you need that extra handhold, there are these other ways of doing it. And, so I'm telling her what, my mastermind is. And she's just like, And I said something like, well, this is like a higher, priced item that I'll be offering. And I'm going into some of my future to come things and that I think are really cool. I'm very excited about them. And she said that I'm creating. And she said, well, higher price for you. And I said, Mom, are you worried about money for me on this? Like, why are we talking so much about the money? Like how I'm going to make the money or how much money this is going to cost me? Like, why is this coming up? And she goes, well, we both know you aren't good with money. And I just worry about you spending a lot of money and not getting it back. Now, let me just tell you what my first feeling when she said those words to me were. I wanted, my whole energy, expansive, contractive, went in. And this little voice in my head just immediately was like, yeah, what she said. And I was like, no. So I stopped her right away. And I said, Mom, stop it. Stop it. That is not my story. That is the story you have told me my entire life. I mean, since I can remember conversations that involved money, this is the story you have told me. You are not good with money. You waste money. You don't know how to save money. You don't know how to budget money. You don't know what to do with your money. Money, money, money. You have talked about this since every memory I have. And you have made me believe it. It's not your fault that I bought in and believed it, but it was so ingrained in me that it became my truth. And what I know now is this isn't my truth. This is your truth. Your truth that you projected onto me as a mirror that wasn't my truth, but I adopted it as if it were because I heard it so much that it became the fabric of what I thought every time something around money came up. Well, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow it. You always blow it. You get a little, you spend a lot. That's what you do. That's who you are. And I said, no more, no more. You are not going to say these things to me because it is not my truth. That is your truth. And you're projecting it on me and you make me feel shame. You make me feel shame around investing in these trainings that I'm doing so that I can bring women powerful, soul-aligned healing. You make me feel shame around investing in these systems I need to have to be able to offer what I want to put out into the world to help women. And you don't mean to, and I know that, but you do. When you say these words, you are casting spells because words are power. And they become the belief system we buy into. And I am saying to you right now, do not say these words to me. Build me up. I am so proud of you for taking a chance. I am so proud of you for investing in yourself. I am so proud of you for putting yourself out there and taking a risk and doing it in a wise way so that your family doesn't feel impacted in any negative way by it. I am so proud of you for taking a chance on you. I wish I could have done that. Say those words, Mom. Those words build. But the words you used with me are not okay. That is not my truth. That is your truth. And I am stopping it today. Just like you can, Mom. Stop saying those words to yourself. You don't have financial problems. Maybe you did at some point, but you don't anymore. Why do you go about your life like you do? Why do you rob yourself? Why are you letting this belief, this limiting belief, be the thief of joy for you when it isn't your truth? And she said to me, fine, we don't have to talk about it. I didn't mean to upset you. You can stop. We don't need to talk about it, because she's non-confrontational, right? Like we all are, like women are, most women. We don't want to have that conversation. It's uncomfortable. And I said, no, because I have been silenced every time I knew this truth wasn't my own and it got put on me. And instead, I integrated it. I believed it. I proved it right in a lot of ways, because what you think and you feel becomes your reality. And I had this raging money wound I didn't understand. I have been racking my brain trying to figure out, why do I have this money wound? Why do I have this wound around money? Why do I feel guilty for wanting to put out a product or a service that I know is valuable, that I know I would have paid for to receive? And I feel like I should offer it for free, because I feel like nobody wants to buy what I'm putting out there, because messages like, why are you investing in yourself when you'll never get it back? Nobody will pay for what you've got, are being put into my head, right? And then it becomes the voice in my head, and then it becomes the loop in my head. And today I found the origin point of that limiting belief. And I stopped it. She tried to silence me, and I said, no, actually, no, Mom. This might be uncomfortable for you to hear, but I am saying it because I have not used my voice here. I have let this truth be told to me as if it is mine, and it is not. And I am giving it back to you to heal. It is not mine to hold anymore. It is not my truth. I am a person who is good at money. I am a person who takes calculated risks. I am a person who invests in herself because she believes what she is putting out there is valuable. And women want what I have to share. Not only that, they need it. And if I keep my voice silent, they don't get it. And I came here to do this. And I will not accept this truth as my truth anymore. And she sat back, and I thought she was going to cry. And she said, I am proud of you. I wouldn't know how to do what you're doing. I don't know half the things you've learned. I don't know half the things you know. I don't know that I could have done what you're doing. And I am so proud of you. And in that moment, I knew in a way you just know. There's the reality you who is living the experience, right? Who's going through this emotional breakthrough and conversation. And then there's the outside you going, holy shit, I'm embodying what it means to stand in your power. Maybe for the first time, I remember doing it in real time, not after the fact, not after I digested it and went through all the ugly emotions and gave into them, which we're going to talk about in a second. But in that moment, I recognized it for what it was. I recognized the origin point of a wound I had carried a lifetime and couldn't figure out. And I know it might seem obvious as I'm telling this story. I mean, even as I'm telling the story, it seems obvious to me. Like, of course, that was where that money went. But honest to God, I did not realize it until I felt that shriveling inside my body that said, you're right, I want to play small. I probably shouldn't do this. Nobody's going to like it. I'm just going to get judged. People are just judging me when I'm doing these videos, and I'm not helping anybody. Nobody's getting anything out of this. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. And what did I want to do? Immediately, all of these things are happening all at once, so fast, right? The brain is remarkable. But I knew it. I was like outside of my body, seeing it happen to me as it's happening to me. While I'm fully embodied in the emotions, I am externally seeing this going on with me, going, I want a muffin from the bistro. And they're awful at the place that we're going to for her scans. I hate that muffin, but I want it so bad. It's all I'm thinking about now. Bingo. I got triggered and I recognized it. I recognized it in real time. The shitty, disgusting muffin. And I mean, when I tell you it's bad, it's bad. It's bad. It's way bad. All I wanted was that blueberry muffin. That's like 500 calories in this dense thing. It's terrible. They're not homemade. I don't even know who makes them. And I thought, I'm triggered. And I want to self-soothe with food. I want to hide with food. I want to put my mask back on. Because not only am I triggered by my mom, you know, this was before she said, you're right. I'm so proud of you. Not only am I triggered by this moment with my mom, I am thinking, you know what's it worth being seen? Like, it was so much easier when I was fat. I didn't have this life purpose that feels big. I didn't have all of this like heavy, like help energy happening. I didn't get noticed by people. I could eat a muffin and nobody knew. Like, now I eat a muffin and I think people, are like, yeah, look at her go. Look at her go. She's eating that muffin. She's going to get fat again. She's going to go backwards. It's a matter of time. Happens to everybody. You've seen it happen a million times, right? These are all the internal voices. Blah, 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 and I can't silence it until I said, no more of this talk. Words are spells. They are power. They create reality. And my reality is not this truth. It is not the truth I've just been told, nor is it the truth I'm telling myself. Let it flow. Let it go. And stand in your power. And I stood in my power and I knew I was doing it. I knew it in real time. And I was like, oh, I'm growing. So when I tell you there's more to this than meets the eye, it's more than a weight loss plan. It's more than movement. It's more than, meditating even. Somatic movement. It's so many things. But if you don't get this right, if this doesn't begin to get on board with where you're going to stay stuck in patterns. Today, I did not only so much releasing of a shadow, I have so much work to do with it. Holy cow. I can't wait to dig in tomorrow morning in my morning ritual practice. This is what I will be journaling about. This is what I will be meditating on, is getting deeper into where this lives inside of me. And how deep does it go? And how long has it raged? Because I have not always been good with money. That is a truth. But it is not my truth. I have forgiven that. I have moved on from that. I no longer have that. So how do I now go in and do the work to pull it out, forgive it, thank it, because it served a purpose. It taught me lessons, and let it go. Let it go. Let it go with love. Giving it back to you, God. Do with that limited belief what you will to transmute it for good in the world. take that energy that is not positive and is not serving me or anyone, because when it's serving me in a negative way, it's keeping me from putting myself out there in a positive way, in a way that is a helper, a healer, a guide, a pathfinder, a waymaker. You know, when I let that other truth that isn't mine win, nobody wins. Least of all me. Most of all you. So when I took it back and said, no, it's not my truth. And furthermore, I don't believe that's your truth. I believe that is a generational wound that has been imprinted into you, just as it's been imprinted into me. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I've said these words to my daughters, and I need to heal that. So what happened today? I noticed a trigger. I didn't stay silent even when my mom tried to silence me. I spoke my truth. I stood in my power. I rejected the truth that was trying to be imposed upon me. And I told my mom to heal it, but I am healing it. I'm healing it for me. I'm healing it for her. And I will change my behaviors in real time that will heal it for my daughters. This will not be their truth. I will use my words as a wand, and I will build them up. So this is one area in their life they don't have to eat or overwork or overdrink or smoke or any of the other things that we do to mask pain, or find love in the eyes of a stranger for a night. You know, this is one area that I won't feel that need to put on that mask of safety, of hiding, because I am healing it today for all of us. Just because I recognized it doesn't mean it's healed. But in recognizing it, I began the process. And in claiming my power back, I now have control. I did not lose control today. And I'm not going to lie. The entire time I sat in that bistro waiting for her because I had to take a call, and that's the only place I could go to do it, smelling all the foods, I had hunger in me. And I had eaten before I went. It was not hunger that my body needed. It was hunger that my fear was generating. And it was saying, feed me, keep me safe. And I rejected it the entire time. I recognized it for what it was. I drank all my water, and I couldn't wait to get out of there. When I got out of there, and I'm fine. I'm home. I'm safe. I won today. So if this resonates at all with you, I'm not saying you've got a money wound. I mean, a lot of women have money wounds. I'm not saying you have the same wounds I have. This isn't even this is just one wound. Oh my gosh. Who knows how many more I've still got to go through. But I have gone through so many over the last 171 pounds of lost as of today. Shadow after shadow after shadow, layer after layer after layer. So you might look at me and go, I can't do that. I can't lose 171 pounds. I can't even lose 30. Not that 30 is any small feat, by the way. There's no way. It worked for her because she did the shots. She, can do intermittent fasting. I can't do that, whatever. No, that's not true. That is a limiting belief. You are telling yourself to keep yourself safe. From what I don't know, you know. Sit with yourself and let her talk. Let her tell you what it is. She knows, but you gotta listen to her. And as you go through the process, I pray that you get to the point like I did today, where in real time you say, no, I'm claiming my power back today. I feel like my other video, the impassioned, like in the moment one, really nailed it. But this is a good second. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not fun. And I could give you a blueprint and say, eat this, then that. But what good is it if we don't do the inner work? If we just end up back where we were? And if you're like me and you're thinking, well, I just need to lose the weight and then I'll do the work. How many times have you told yourself that story before? Because I know I told it to myself a million different times. So I want to help you lose weight, but I want to help you lose weight for good. And you just can't have one without the other. You can't have the weight loss without the mindset shift if you want to lose weight for good. And all the other million things you have to do to lose weight. It's not easy. But being overweight's not easy. Feeling shame's not easy. Feeling lonely, not easy. Feeling despair, not easy. Feeling hopeless, it's the worst. So let me know what you think. I really love hearing how it all resonates with you guys. I was putting myself really out here today, so if the desire to judge is there, that's okay. We're human. Just kind of do it not so publicly. That's all I ask. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Oh, and apparently hitting subscribe and hitting subscribe to the channels, like on the video, and maybe a comment helps get this out to women who may need to hear it. And that's ultimately my goal, is to reach as many women as possible who need to hear a message like this, or will resonate with it, or maybe see themselves in it. And if it's a little spark, just a baby spark of change, then putting myself out here like this is worth it. So thank you. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.